The biometric residence permit once the plastic card tucked inside millions of wallets across the UK is now said to become a relic of the past. That small piece of identification, which has long been the physical proof of your right to live, work, and access services in the United Kingdom, is nearing its final chapter. Its expiry is no longer theoretical. July 22nd, 2025 has been marked as the official beginning of a new digital era. What's unfolding isn't a minor policy revision, it's a sweeping transformation of the UK's immigration infrastructure. The system is undergoing its most significant overhaul in decades. A digital frontier is being established, redrawing the boundaries that determine who stays, who qualifies, and how immigration status is confirmed. Naturally, this raises a pressing concern. Who will find themselves unprepared when the physical disappears and the digital becomes the only proof? In today's in-depth breakdown, we're unpacking the major changes coming to UK immigration rules, electronic visas, and the path to British citizenship. We'll clarify what these updates mean, who they apply to, and what steps you should take to prepare confidently well before panic sets in. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss a vital update about life in the UK. Let's begin with the most far-reaching change, one that impacts nearly everyone holding an immigration status in Britain, and even some British nationals themselves. The mandatory move to a visa speed the close of 2025. The UK government plans to fully digitize the immigration verification process. This means the physical BRP cards will no longer be accepted as valid evidence of your immigration status. From that point forward, everything from your right to work or rent to accessing the NHS will be tied to a digital record maintained by the Home Office. Verification will take place through an online portal where you'll share access codes with employers, landlords, or financial institutions. In essence, your immigration footprint will exist entirely in the digital realm, and your ability to live and function in the UK will rely on your access to this virtual record. So who exactly will be affected by this change? Quite simply everyone, whether you're a student visa holder, a spouse, a skilled worker, or you've been granted indefinite leave to remain. This transition applies to you. Even British citizens holding foreign passports but residing in the UK may need to navigate this shift. The most urgent task now is creating a UK Visas and Immigration UKVI online account and linking it to your current BRP or BRC. The Home Office has already begun contacting individuals through emails and letters to guide them through this process. These are not to be ignored. While your BRP might indicate an expiration date of December 31st, 2024, your right to remain may extend beyond that, but without setting up your online account, you'll have no way to legally demonstrate that status. This is the new requirement. To stay in the UK, you must be digitally accounted for. Indefinite leave to remain and citizenship pathway overhaul. Now let's turn to the area that's generating the most anxiety: the revised route to indefinite leave to remain, and ultimately British citizenship. These are not minor updates. This is where the system becomes sharply defined, and where knowing your status and acting accordingly is absolutely essential. As of April 2024, the most consequential change has been introduced. The salary threshold for skilled workers applying for ILR has been raised dramatically. To qualify, an applicant must now earn at least £38,700 or the going rate for their job role, whichever figure is higher. This significant jump in income requirements has caused widespread concern among existing visa holders, many of whom fear being locked out of long-term residency due to the stricter financial criteria. Let's now address the key question: how will these changes affect your application for indefinite leave to remain after 5 years in the UK? To be absolutely clear, those impacted by the increased salary threshold are individuals whose first skilled worker visa was issued on or after April 4, 2024. From that point forward, your entire 5-year immigration journey will be measured against the new criteria. This means if you later need to renew or extend your visa, and your original grant was under these new terms, you'll be required to meet the higher income benchmark. But the most crucial group to understand here are those applying for ILR after July 22, 2025, whose qualifying period includes any time spent on a visa issued under the updated salary rules. For them, the bar has been raised significantly. Effectively, the UK has introduced a two-tier immigration system. Now, here's the part that offers reassurance to many: transitional protection. If your skilled worker visa was granted before April 4th, 2024, you're covered under transitional arrangements. This means you're not required to meet the new £38,700 threshold. Instead, your ILR application will be assessed against the earlier, more accessible criteria, specifically a salary of £26,200 or the going rate for your role at the time. This protection remains valid even if you switch jobs or extend your visa, so long as you've maintained continuous permission as a skilled worker prior to the April 2024 cutoff. It's a built-in safeguard that ensures those already on the path to settlement aren't penalized midway through. In addition, those on the health and care worker route are entirely exempt from the £38,700 threshold. Their salary requirements remain under a separate, lower structure that has not changed. So what about British citizenship? Has that changed too? The answer requires nuance. Well, the core requirements for citizenship, such as the 5-year lawful residence, passing the life in the UK test, and meeting the good character requirement, haven't been directly revised as of July 22, 2025. The route to get there has changed dramatically. The major shift is that in order to apply for British citizenship, you must first hold ILR for at least 12 months. So making ILR harder to obtain, particularly through the new salary rules, creates an indirect but significant barrier to citizenship. In effect, the higher income threshold has become a filter. If you can't qualify for ILR, the citizenship process can't even begin. On top of that, enforcement of the good character requirement is becoming stricter, with closer scrutiny of minor legal infractions and even financial issues. While this isn't tied to a specific rule change, it reflects an increasingly rigorous approach. Let's summarize this new immigration landscape. First, the switch to a visa affects everyone. If you haven't already, your next step is to register online and create your UKVI account. The BRP card is becoming obsolete. Second, the ILR salary increase is not universal. It applies only to those who receive their first skilled worker visa on or after April 4, 2024. If your visa predates that, you're protected under transitional terms. Third, the pathway to citizenship hasn't changed in name, but the road to get there has become steeper. The new ILR rules are now the key obstacle many will face. As we approach July 2025, we are entering a time of major transition. But this is not a time for fear, it's a time for action. Find your original visa decision letter. Look at the date. That single detail could define which rules apply to your case. Then, take the essential step of registering your status online through the UKVI portal to ensure your future access and rights under the visa system. And if your situation is uncertain or complex, this is the moment to seek professional immigration advice. The system is moving toward greater rigidity and automation. It offers little room for mistakes. Being informed is no longer just smart, it's essential for navigating the new UK immigration system. Know the rules, know your rights, and take control of your future. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates as we continue to track these changes. Thank you for watching and stay informed.